part of identifying AI use cases, I am now discussing with you how you can use artificial intelligence to develop yourself and your team members. Normally, in companies, every team will have a need for developing the team members further. There is no perfect people. There will always be something which is suffering. So, a leader would always like to develop his team members. Currently, the practice is you tell about the developmental needs to the HR, and then they will have to figure out how to develop them. More or less, it's left to HR. But now, I would say artificial intelligence can empower you to develop yourself and your team. It is possible that HR can initially champion this process in your company, but slowly pass it on to every functional manager. Now, how do you do that? I would say if you want to develop a person, first of all, you need to understand how this person is performing. So, as a boss, your point of view is only one of the inputs that this development plan can get. You need to ask other people who are observing him for feedback about this particular person. So, you take the feedback about this person from others, your own feedback, then you sit with the person and arrive at not more than two development goals. Don't have too many because it's not easy for human beings to improve. So don't expect people to improve just like that. So have not more than two development goals. We all this information, the development goals, the information about the person, the feedback that you have collected from others, and if you have a little bit more information about what you think are the strengths and weaknesses of this person, a little bit more elaborate manner, feed everything into artificial intelligence. You can use the chat gpt for this. I am using chat gpt. When you do that, you can ask the chat gpt to give you a leadership development plan for this person. Now when I asked, the chat gpt gave a beautiful plan. It gave me a three-phased development plan. In the first phase, it says immediate improvements and week 1 to 4, and then second phase, midterm leadership growth, and then the third phase, long-term leadership refinement, as it calls it. So it gives a 12-week development plan. You can always ask it to give a 1 year plan, a 2 year plan, as you wish. Okay, it will give you whatever you want. So ChatGPT can give you a leadership development plan customized for your team members or for yourself. Now you can refine this. If you are not satisfied with some of the things that it suggested, you can always ask it to give some improvements. You can say that no, why don't you give me alternatives in this particular area. Suppose you want the person to use outside educational qualification to improve himself. You can always ask, saying that in this area, can you suggest some diploma course for this person in international universities? It will suggest you. It will give you the sources from where it is picking up, and then it will suggest you courses. So you can refine it as you want. So you can develop a leadership development program for yourself or for your team members using ChatGPT. Now it has developed a leadership development plan that is a one-time happening. But you can also use artificial intelligence to track the progress of this person and then keep asking for it for input to refine your approach. So for this, you need to update ChatGPT about how this person is progressing. So for this, I use two approaches. One is I give feedback as a coach about this person. I write down my feedback and then I feed it into ChatGPT. I also ask the feedback of at least 3 to 4 people who are around this person, And I take that feedback also, I feed it into ChatGPT. And another thing is, I use a tool called incident logs. What I mean by incident logs is, see, now this person is trying to progress in a particular area. Let's say he is trying to improve his planning. Now, I asked this person to write down incident logs which involve improving the planning part, planning of his work. So he will write incident log saying, okay, he tried to improve the plan for the next week, and this is what his experience, whether he succeeded or failed, whichever way, doesn't matter. So he keeps sharing incident logs about how he's trying to improve himself in that particular agreed area. Now I feed these incident logs also into the ChatGPT. ChatGPT can remember the person. Let's say if this person's name is Ravi. Now Ravi is having a leadership development program. ChatGPT itself suggested. Yeah, I may do exactly like that. I may do slightly different. That's okay with you. That's okay. You can modify the correction. You can upload the modifications into ChatGPT, saying, hey, you suggested these 5 things. I am doing these 4 things or 6 things, whatever. And then I tell ChatGPT that this is the feedback periodically that is coming up, and these are the incident logs. So usually I ask people to file at least 4 to 5 incident logs every week. So the reality is coming into ChatGPT from that point of view. So then ChatGPT can analyze the progress, and then it can say saying that yes, this person is progressing like this, and he can further take these steps to improve further. Now again, whatever the ChatGPT gives, you can either accept it fully or you may not accept it. That's fine. Okay. So like this, you can continuously track the progress of a person. You can use this to train yourself, or you can use this to train your team members. So the training interventions, like I said, it can be you can train or you can engage someone else. That's something else. But you can track the progress, take the feedback, review it along with ChatGPT. So this is enormous help that is available to all of us. Let's make use of it. Now, we can use artificial intelligence to address some specific developmental needs of the team members. Let's say you're not having any medium term development plan, but you are worried about one particular issue about your team member. You can always address that with the help of ChatGPT. Let's say one of your team members is not proactive, he's always reactive, he's reacting after something happens, and you keep telling him saying that, okay, no, you please plan in a proactive manner. But now you want to give him more help to achieve this, to become more proactive. Now I asked ChatGPT to give a plan for improving the proactive approach of a person. It gave me a beautiful checklist for 7 days as to what all this person can do so that he or she can improve their proactiveness. Now I can use this checklist and I ask that person to do exactly as ChatGPT suggested, or we can modify it. That's fine. But all the suggestions that it has given can trigger a lot of creativity within my mind and then this person's mind. So we can use the ChatGPT to develop on a specific point for a particular person. Now let me take another example of a specific issue where we would like to improve our team member. Let's say a particular sales head, he is not able to handle his tasks, he is simply getting overwhelmed, he is not taking corrective actions, and the result in his area are not improving. So I would like to help him to improve his planning. I would like him to prioritize his works properly and improve his planning. So I asked ChatGPT to give me a schedule of activities for a sales head, which would be sort of a overwhelming. And then I asked this person to go through this and give a response as to how he would like to address these issues. Now, whatever he has given, whatever way he is approaching this overloaded week, I can again feed it back into ChatGPT. I can ask it to review saying it how he has responded and then suggest further improvements. I can use ChatGPT to do that. I can also review it and then say that okay, how he can improve it further. So like this, I can address specific issues of my team members using ChatGPT. Now, another way of using ChatGPT to improve myself or one of my team members is to use reflective questions from ChatGPT. What I mean by this is a human being learns when he or she reflects. You go through an experience. Let's say you're trying to improve the sales in a particular area. You are handling some initiatives on the ground. Now you go through that experience, and after 1 month, 2 months, let's say, you need to reflect how it is happening, what you're doing, what's the result that you're getting, so that you can improve or you can fine tune your actions. You don't reflect, you just go on working, then you won't improve. You will be improving much less. So I can use ChatGPT to generate these reflective questions which will trigger learning within my mind. So how can I use this? Let's say, for example, my boss feels that I'm not very good in annual planning. He observed that I'm not doing the planning exercise so well. He gave me a feedback saying that you are not improving on the annual planning, your plans are too flat, you're not learning from the past, and then you're not getting into details. Like this, he has given me a feedback, let us say. Now, I would like to address this because I would like to improve in the direction in which my boss is pointing me to. So I asked ChatGPT that please give me uh, reflective questions that can help me to reflect on my planning. I can do this after I finish my activity related to planning. My boss gave me feedback. I tried to improve myself and then do this year's planning, incorporating his suggestions. Then I use ChatGPT with reflective questions to reflect on how I have handled the annual planning exercise. So using that, I can see that okay, boss has suggested improvements in this area, this area, this area. I have done this, I have done this. Oh, here I have not done enough, whatever. So I can use this reflective reflection tool to make sure that I am improving this specific direction in which I would like to improve. So this is one very good use that you can put artificial intelligence to. Now another example of using reflective questions is, let's say my boss is a very pushy person, and every time I go into my boss chamber, I'm surrendering to him. I don't want to do that. I want to retain my thinking, my ideas. So I want to become more assertive. So I'm trying now to become more assertive. So tomorrow I have a meeting with my boss where he's trying to give me another project, whereas already I feel I am overloaded. So I'm preparing for the meeting. I do the meeting very well. After the meeting, I come back and ask for reflective questions from ChatGPT, saying that this is the situation, this is how I performed. Now give me some reflective questions to review my own performance. So ChatGPT may not know exactly what all has happened in the meeting. It knows only as much as I am telling it. But still, the reflective questions that it gives can make me think about what all I wanted to do and how much of it I've really done. So you can use this reflective reflection as a tool using the help of ChatGPT. Try it. Now, at work, very often we feel that we have to help our people in some specific situations. They're not doing well in some specific situation. We would like to help them. Like, for example, a particular team member may be lacking on self confidence. Whenever this person is facing customer, he's losing his self confidence and then he's not performing well. You'd like to help him. Sometimes it may not be possible for you to help online. That is, he's interacting with the customer and then you're sitting there, but you can't help him be on a point. It'll be very good if you can develop some case studies which are suitable for this person, which the type of issues that this person is facing. I can ask ChatGPT to develop that case study. Let's say a particular person is not confident facing customers. So I tell ChatGPT that when facing an aggressive customer and when we have issues on our side, let's say in this sort of situation, this person is faltering. He is not able to face up in a confident manner, which is difficult actually to face up a customer. But I give that scenario to ChatGPT and then ask it to develop a case study. Then it will develop a beautiful case study to which I can ask this person to respond in writing as to how he would handle that particular situation and put this response also into the chat GPT and ask chat GPT to comment on it, saying, okay, how did this guy respond? Now I can use my discretion. I can, as a boss, I can give him my feedback, but I can also ask chat GPT to give this response. And it does it beautifully. Another situation where a particular person is not good at planning. So I asked ChatGPT to give a case study related to planning, and then I asked this person to handle that particular case study, respond to that particular case study, put the case study again in the case study and the response back into ChatGPT, and look at what it says as to how this guy has done it. Actually, one good thing about ChatGPT, it's not like all of us. It's not like the bosses who focus on the negative. Many times we focus on giving a negative feedback to our team members. But ChatGPT, what it does is it first tells what you have done well, and then it says, okay, why don't you do this also? So it handles us very well. So you can use ChatGPT to create case studies of particular situations where your person is faltering or you are faltering, and then you can try out. This is like preparing for a boxing match, and then you are using a sandbag and then practicing boxing. So it's a beautiful way of using AI. Try it out, please.